Alright, this might sound nuts, but what if the United States Congress, Democrats and Republicans united, pass a bill for federally funded daycare, a program to supervise, socialize, and enrich preschool-age kids during the day while the adults in the house work, take care of their homes, or simply live their best lives. The kids would get 2 meals, and the whole thing would cost parents a marginal fee, the rest covered by the government and local communities. It would be open to everyone, regardless of income. True, universal childcare. It sounds like an unattainable progressive dream, right?
Oh, does it?
Something from some great utopian future. Or most of Europe. But it's not. It happened. In the United States. In 1943. So, why can't it happen again? Welcome to the classroom from More Perfect Union.
With every man utilized, we are still short millions of hands. In war towns all over the United States, women are called upon to leave their homes and take jobs.
That's a clip from a short propaganda film the US government made during World War II, touting the success of women entering the workforce while the men were off fighting.
They discover that factory work is usually no more difficult than housework. Employers find that women can do many jobs as well as men, some jobs better.
But with women away doing factory work, someone had to watch the kids. The film promised,
When married women with small children have to take jobs, everything possible will be done to provide day care for the children.
So the government put together and passed an unprecedented plan, $52 million federal dollars to open thousands of daycares and nurseries in almost every state. The $52 million was meant to run the program for years. More than 500,000 kids went to these subsidized daycares. Their parents paid like 50 cents a day, which is around 10 of today's dollars. They even got a discount on additional kids. This included supervision.
Wait, what? A discount on additional kids? Well, you know, during the time where we weren't sure how many people we were going to lose to the old world wars. We're probably looking to try to, you know, supplement our old population as much as possible. So much you get a fucking second kid discount. Yeah. You get to pay half off whenever you go into labor. What a great deal. A steal, if you will. Buy one, get one half off. If you have 2 kids. Not even get one, but not even buy one, get one free. Yeah, no, just buy one, get one half off.
Often a playground, socialization, time with other kids, and even, in one center, his daily requirement of cod liver oil.
Ugh.
Many kids stayed at the schools for up to 12 hours a day, and the teacher-to-student ratio was often 10-1, way better than many modern public schools. And it worked. A 2014 study of the program
Why do all these
found
kids
that
have
more
bowl
than
cuts?
80% of children made mental progress, and 75% made social progress. 100% of mothers said their kids enjoyed the nursery schools. Even small bumps in funding for childcare during World War II had a noticeable effect on the adults the children grew into. A lower high school and college dropout rate, and after graduation, more employed people with higher salaries. The kids who got quality, government-sponsored childcare had better lives as adults. The study also showed that women whose children were in the program stayed in the workplace after the war. The whole thing made life better for families for very little money. But as World War II ended, so did funding for the program. People, mothers especially, were outraged and desperate. Working mothers offered to personally pay more towards the program, and advocacy groups organized motorcades and meetings out of protest. But it didn't work. But almost 30 years later, in 1971, Congress passed a bill called the Comprehensive Child Development Act, which was meant to more permanently establish universal childcare. The starting budget was a mere $2 billion. The same year, the defense budget was almost $74 billion. But still, it would have gotten us pretty close to free preschool for all. And incredibly, Congress passed it. Then it went to Nixon's desk and he vetoed. The veto announcement, written by far-right political theorist Pat Buchanan, said, "The child development envisioned in this legislation would be truly a long leap into the dark for the United States, the most radical piece of legislation to emerge from the 92nd Congress." a long leap into the dark, it's daycare. His administration had to appease his base somehow, and the childcare program was an easy way to do that.
The gold standard and motherfucking the babies is how Nixon did that.
They said it would be Soviet-like government indoctrination of
Removing
children,
the gold
that
standard.
it would destroy the traditional American family. None of these arguments were new. Back during World War II, New York Mayor LaGuardia said, "The worst mother is better than the best institution when it's a matter of childcare." Nixon
Hey, Joe Manchin, I have a quote for you. Joe Manchin, from an asshat of a mayor with a fucking whole ass airport named after him. Where is the Republican support for providing adequate governmental subsidy to women who are staying home with the kids? Oh, wait, but that's not happening. Families cannot survive off of the income of one head of household at this point. 2 incomes are absolutely necessary. Not sure that's true. Oh, I don't know. Isn't the LaGuardia Airport in New York? Is it like the other way around? I don't know. Sorry. My bad. There is nothing the Red Scare can't solve. Bold of you to assume Republicans think women exist. I am assuming that. And you want to know why I know Republicans know women exist? Because Republicans make it abundantly clear that they think of women as nothing more than vessels for their human lives they want to bring into the world. And it might not be pretty. I'm not saying that Republicans humanize women. They objectify women. They see women as the necessity to life. And if they want to procreate, they require women. But why would they give any basic human rights, decencies, liberties to women? Why would they want to empower women too much? I mean, that's kind of like antithetical to the patriarchy.
Nixon even admitted there was a childcare problem, but said any solution must be, quote, consciously designed to cement the family in its rightful position as the keystone of our civilization. Isn't the best family one where both parents and children are happy and fulfilled? But that's all it took. 40 years after the first program and 50 years before today, Richard Nixon killed—
Sorry, Chad. In my little pea brain, I just imagined. I got a little delusional that somebody screamed telepathically "good one," and I just gave them a thumbs up.
Our last chance
I'm fine.
at universal childcare. And today, it's seen as some socialist fantasy. But remember, we had it before, and it worked, and we afforded it during a war. Now, of course, World War II was a different time in American history, a time of crisis. But look around. Is now not a time of crisis? So, how can Americans today live the dream of Americans in 1943? First, we have to change our mindset.
Oh God!
about
Don't give the military-industrial complex any fucking ideas, okay? Holy shit! Stop right now! Stop right now! I don't know.
Young childcare is still thought of as fully the responsibility of the parents, that young kids need to spend all their time with their family to fully develop. But the research says different. The Economic Policy Institute found that kids who had high-quality preschool were more ready for kindergarten, more cognitively developed. That's important. The achievement gaps seen in school are already entrenched by the time a kid turns 5. But not everyone can afford quality preschool programming. A 2011 study found that high-income folks spend 6 times as much on childcare as those with lower incomes. So this is just one way that inequality begins at birth, and a way that could be fixed. It would also help gender equality. Women today are 3 times more likely to give up their careers due to childcare than men, bringing the percentage of women in the workplace down to its lowest since 1988. Speaking of jobs, universal childcare is a job maker. A 2011 study found that investment in childcare would create more jobs than most other sectors of the economy, jobs that would employ workers from poorer households and people without college degrees. And American parents really need the help. In 2015, childcare cost more than public college and universities in 33 states. We also don't need to look at history. We can look at the present. Almost every other developed nation on the planet spends more money on young childcare than the United States. 2-year-olds in Denmark are guaranteed childcare until the age of 10, with parents fielding just 25% of the cost. In France, parents can get up to 85% of the cost of childcare covered by the government. On average, other wealthy countries spend around $14,000 a year per child on childcare. America spends $500, or a little more than the military pays for an M16 assault rifle. Don't we all want to put America in a position where it can compete with the rest of the world? 20, 30, 40
Sonic
years
Chubbs,
down the
thank
line?
you for resubscribing.
The model of the plan from World War II might not be perfect,
ridiculous. Thank you
but
for
we can
getting
learn
a
a
tier
lot from
172
it.
Sonic,
Any
Sonic
universal
Chubbs
childcare
42.
program should be open to everyone, regardless of income. Funding should come from the federal government, supported by states, and fees from parents, if any, should be affordable. Implementing it could change lives nationwide. Better opportunities for women, smarter, more well-developed kids, and better work for childcare workers. There's no good excuse not to have universal childcare. Again.
Thank you for joining us in The Classroom, a series by More Perfect Union. We're taking on right-wing propaganda and telling the stories that corporate-backed media ignores, while seeking out solutions for...
Maverick, thank you for resubscribing 21 months in a row. Thank you so much. Whoever made those graphics showed great restraints not to put that 500 M16 rifle into that child's hands, I feel. Yeah, it just made the baby cry. Just made the baby cry.